Slap my... Thank you.
Please don't be mean to the Canes. We have a hard enough time with the Hornets and the Panthers.
Just getting it cracking here. We're going from 32 all the way to 1. 32 is the teams I dislike the most, and 1 is the team where I think has the best logo in my current brain. And if we rewind 5 years or fast forward 5 years, this list might be different. But right now, in my brain, this is the list that I rank the NHL teams. I would like to hear your guys' opinion. Do you guys think the Carolina Hurricanes are better than the absolute worst logo in the league? How far in time do we have to travel for you to like the Hurricanes logo? Yeah, very, very far. So I understand what this logo is. I understand it. It's the universal logo for a hurricane. Like it's the in the middle where the puck is, the hook, the top hook and the bottom hook. That is the logo for a hurricane. I understand. The puck always looked weird to me because it looks like a squished target, but it's not, the perspective of the puck just doesn't feel right to me. And it's also a squished logo. It doesn't look good against other teams. That's something that you'll see in my higher rankings. A lot of the logos fit inside of a box well. This doesn't fit inside of a box well, which I think that translates to a lot of different problems. It feels just like it's like tilted weird. The perspective of the puck is off. It looks like a toilet bowl. So I was looking up trivia for like pretty much all these logos to put on the graphic, and I couldn't find anything interesting about this logo. There's nothing to symbolize Carolina in there. It's got nothing. And it looks like shit on a jersey. I'll just, because of how squished it is. It's not great. So it's 32. Carolina. There it is. Put it on the board. Put it on the board. What about the hockey stick with the flags on it? So their alternate logo, which is potentially going to be their primary, the Carolina Hurricanes. So this logo is the one that we're talking about, just to give you guys a little reference. So this is their other one that they use on their jersey sometime. This one has the opposite problem where it's too tall, but I like this one better. Not by much, but I do like this one better. I like that this is like the flag that they wave when there's a hurricane. It's got the hockey stick, so it's at least got, that going. It also has, which I thought was really cool, in between the two flags of this logo, the empty space is either North Carolina or South Carolina. I don't know. I didn't do too much research. It's one of them, though, and I thought that was pretty cool, wherever they play. I think it's Raleigh, so North Carolina. So this one at least has something interesting about it with the outline of North Carolina. All right, up next, 31. This may surprise some people. I think I have this team lower on my list than most people do. The LA Kings, way down in the basement. Again, the reason why I say this might surprise some people is because it is black, white, and gray. And it's like, how do you miss on black, white, and gray? But, like, what the fuck is this? Like, really? Like, the fact that they had that crown logo as their logo and then made an LA shield, but kept the crown logo and shrunk it down to fit inside this big, bulky LA shield, it's so wrong on so many levels. And it deserved the 31 spot because you just don't do that. You just don't do that. It looks terrible. If you make this thing small, or if you're sitting up in the stands watching the Kings play, that logo the crown on the bottom just looks like nothing. It's too detailed inside of a simplistic logo. The LA font is terrible. It looks like it looks like home base, so it looks like potentially a baseball team. It's bad on so many levels. It's worse, and I feel like they get a pass because of the black, gray, and white color scheme. I feel like they get a pass, but they shouldn't. It's bad. So yeah, I just think it's like one of the number one rules, I feel like, in graphic design, especially logos. It's like once you set a certain like line weight, it's got to be the same throughout, or you get this weird disconnection where it's like someone blew up the LA shield and threw in their old logo there. It just looks not great. All right, so that is it for number 31. We are going to get on to number 32 here. The LA Kings bringing in number 31 to go right above the Carolina Hurricanes there. Those are our bottom two logos. Number 30 is... I think some people like this logo. I definitely have it rated lower than most people. It's painfully generic. It's painfully generic. Graphically, I think it's good, but for a sports team, it's just kind of boring, and it looks like if you were to create a team on Madden, they were like, here, put this logo on your helmet. It's a saber-toothed tiger. It's like, it's really not bad. It's just not good, I think. And it's kind of weird because like number 28, for instance, is a logo that is graphically worse than this, in my opinion. But it at least is interesting. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. It's just boring. It's just lame. And it does feel more like a football logo than a hockey logo. Like, I feel like there's a lot of other themes in Nashville that could have been used. That's also, it doesn't feel like there's any connection. And there you go. Number 30. Number 30. Yeah, it's like a create a team logo. It's just boring. All right, the next one up, one that I've talked about pretty recently because my friend Ryan, Northern Lion, is a fan of this team. Their logo is a whale. The Canucks are going to ring in here at number 29. It's an orca. I don't know. I understand it's a C, okay? But when I look at this logo and I think whale, I think that the whale body goes through the whole thing. And I can't unsee it. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you were to take off the C, I would see a weird, like, tail. And it makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me think the whale is really skinny. Is it supposed to look fierce? I don't know. The logo referenced, like, the parent company, so it's not even really a reference to the hockey team or the hockey history or whatever. I don't know. And yeah, is it ice? I guess it's ice. It's a sea that's made out of ice that the orca was stuck in. The colors, they're just generic. I try to not hold it against teams when their past logos are very good. I really try not to hold it against teams because I think it's unfair to the new brand or the new designer to hold that over their head, because sometimes the past is the past, and that's fair. But like, I love the Canucks skate logo. I even like the Canuck guy. I forget his name. He has a nickname, but the actual guy with like the beanie on, whatever his name is. I like that guy too. He was a logo. But yeah, that's number 29. If you're just joining, after every logo, I reference this sheet, which is basically just hitting each logo as we go. Johnny Canuck, yeah, that guy. All right, next up, this is the logo that I said was graphically worse than something like the Predators, but at least it's interesting. I love the colors of this team. But the logo forever has looked off to me, and that team in 28 is the New York Islanders. It's the New York Islanders. The Y is a hockey stick, but it always reads an M to me. Like it's NY, but since the hockey stick is so much thinner, it connects it just looks like an M, which is weird. State outlines, just no. It goes back to that problem where it's just the state outline is too detailed for the rest of the logo, and it just looks strange. The I in Islanders, if you guide your eyes down to the trivia, the tip of the I at the end ends in a point aimed at Nassau County, which is where the home arena is, which is also funny because 2 years ago it wasn't in Nassau County. So that's kind of awkward. But I think they're back in Nassau. But anyway, yeah. So the I in Islanders, I guess, is pointing at where the home stadium is, which is okay, I guess. But the way they did it with how it's like blue inside the state lines is just weird. There's just a lot of weird stuff going on with this logo. It is dated, and here's another thing. I love the fisherman logo. So this is the fisherman logo, if you guys haven't seen it. I think it's badass.
Breaking news, more like broken news, Keck.
Great Geek, thank you for the 49 months. Thank you. And again, shout out to Caden. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. This guy is badass to me. I don't know. I understand that the Islanders use this logo and they lost a couple games. Boo-hoo. Okay? They lost a couple games wearing the jersey. Who gives a shit? You keep wearing it and then you'll eventually win. Just cool. It's like a goaltender, but it's a fisherman and he's holding a stick, and I like the toothpaste swirl that gives you the vibe of water. It's just cool. It looks cool. But alas, this is what they went with. All right, so 28 is the New York Islanders. That is our bottom 5 right there. All right, number 27. Again, that is our bottom 5. So here is an interesting logo in the sense of I don't think it's bad. Well, let's rephrase. I think it's bad as a primary logo, but I don't think graphically it's bad. I actually kind of like it, but for this to be a primary logo irks me, and it has for a long time. It's mainly a type logo, which I don't understand why people use these as primary logos, but alas, they do. Somebody guessed it. It is the Washington Capitals. I love this logo on a jersey. I do not love this logo as a logo. It's just okay. It's good graphically, I think. It just, I don't know. I think back to their eagle. I like that a lot. I like the eagle where the Capitol building's like cut out under it. There's just so many ways you can go with it. And you can even use an eagle as your primary and then put this on your jersey. That's fine. There's no rules against that. You could do it. This looks like something that should be on a jersey, and it looks great on a jersey. But as a primary logo, it just never did anything for me. Again, I don't really have much bad to say about it because I don't mind it. I like the stars. I like the stick as the T, and the puck is cool, but it is proportionally off, and it looks weird against, you know, when you're versing it against a box logo, like a logo that fits well in a box. It looks strange. All right, that is number 27. The 27, that is our bottom 6 there. Funny that Capitals is all lowercase. All right, next up is another logo that is, I won't say only type, but type driven. Some people are going to call me out and say, Jay, you're just ranking this logo this low because you do not like the team. But I will say to that, I'm so sorry about the Canadiens logo there. That was an error, and I remember that I saved it that way, and I never fixed it, and I apologize. Ignore the Canadiens logo, but the Rangers logo is number 26. It just doesn't do anything for me. It just doesn't do anything for me. It's boring. It's a shield logo. It's red, white, and blue. There's a weird negative space where the R begins. Like, I can't ever unsee that empty space. Under the NE in new and above the R, there's just that weird space that drives me crazy. The lines need to be thicker. It's just weird. It's just weird. The white space is weird. It's too square. If you're gonna do a shield, you got to give it more finesse at the bottom or something. Have the Rangers thing like come off around it and be like a sachet or something. I don't know. It's just there's bad. Number 26 is the New York Rangers. Again, you know, they are my least favorite hockey team. Fan-wise, I'm trying to take all bias out of this. 26, I think, is a fair spot for them. It could have been lower. Yeah, it's just not great. How is this less the dumb than the Canucks? So it's weird because I think my bias has worked against me because I feel like I kept moving the Rangers up where I was like, I don't feel good about moving this up, but I also don't want them too low because it might be my bias showing. So I think it worked against me. All right, up next is a very classic team that we got a little bit of a spoiler on because my Photoshop file had it being shown when it should have hidden it, and it's the Canadiens. The Canadiens. Very classic logo. I think this will upset some people that I have it ranked number 25 out of 32. It's very wide. I don't know. It looks like a toilet seat, but I also can't unsee a Jesus fish in there. I understand that the H stands for hockey, but it's also stupid that it's in the logo. Like, it's dumb. Even if it stands for habitants or Habs or hockey or I know it's French, but it's also like the name is the Canadiens. I don't know. The H just never did anything for me. But the C looks like a toilet seat. It's a little too long. It's a little too wide. It's boring. I understand it's dripped in history and drenched with a rich history of hockey, but I'm just looking at it graphically. It looks like it needs an update or something. The H stands for Tim Hortons. So that's going to be number 25. Here's the thing, dude. 25's not even that bad. We're starting to round the corner. Like, I think we start rounding the corner around like 20, to be honest. But like, it's 25. It's not 32. It's from 1917. It's well done for 1917. That's for sure. All right, up next, Canadiens in shambles. Canadiens in shambles. I'm so sorry. So sorry I had to do this to you. This one actually This one does feel like it's maybe a little low on my list. This is the one where I'm starting to realize I think I did it a little low, but this is the new logo that was a reference to their older logo. I personally liked this one. So this is like their logo history. So I like the one that was on the bottom right here. The one all the way on the bottom right, they had that one before they switched to this one. I personally like that one better. The silhouette, in my opinion, is better. It's stronger. It's obviously way like more simple, but I just enjoyed that one better. This one, I know it's a leaf, but it kind of feels like dead trees, like for the veins, because I don't know. It feels a bit disconnected. So I just see them as like dead trees. And then the bottom has like this, it looks like a butt sticking up, to be honest. Looks like a little butt crack, which is fine. Like nothing wrong with that, but yeah, I don't know. Again, starting to get to the area where I don't think these are like abomination of logos. And I like the trivia on this one, that the veins at the top commemorate the Stanley Cup championships, which is a little weird because it's also like, well, what if you won another Stanley Cup? Then you redo the logo. But I guess I don't have to worry about that. Anyway, too soon, huh? That's 24. The Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs coming in at 24. Up next is the Columbus Blue Jackets coming in at number 23. It's not a terrible logo. I like the Ohio State flag. It's a little too, like, American for me. I'm just never usually a huge fan of that aesthetic, which is why a big reason I ranked the Rangers so low. But I think at a small size, the stars in the Ohio State flag are going to get completely lost. There's some weird stuff going on with the perspective of, it's so distorted. It's like understand that they're trying to tilt the star, but it's like the bottom's so big or something. I don't know. It's just a little off. It's a little off. I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. I like the fact that the Ohio State flag makes a C. I like that a lot. I'm a fan of that. But other than that, I don't really like it. A star as like your main thing is kind of whack. The Blink-182 star. Remember when that star was... I think that star has something to do with like Ohio or the fact that it's the capital or something. But it reminds me of that pop punk star. And I can't unsee it. Okay, up next. Wow, Canadiens in shambles, bro. Oh, this is awkward. I didn't know I wrecked the Canadiens so bad. It is the Jets. It is the Jets. It's just, my biggest issue with this is that there's not a big enough distinction in size from the Jet to the Canadian Maple Leaf. There's not enough size distinction. It's like, it feels like they're fighting each other. I don't love it. It's not terrible, but that's my biggest gripe with it. It's my biggest gripe. I like how simple it is, but I need some discrepancy between size of Jet and Leaf. I like that the North is cut out of the top. It's just not quite there. I know it's a liked logo. I know people like it. And here's the thing. I'm going to do this as a reminder because I think maybe some people are popping in. I'm doing this as a reminder. This is just the logo on its own. Do I like this logo better on a jersey? Yes. I think their jerseys are actually sick. I like their jerseys. Just the logo, looking at the logo as it is, It's got nothing to do with hockey. It's got nothing unique. It's a circle with a jet and a leaf. Will it be a very popular team? I think it might. Trooper is correct. The Boston Bruins. It's dumb. I know it's historic. I know they haven't changed it for years, but it's a dumb logo. Why? Why? Like, why is it? Is it a pizza company? Is it a wagon company? Is it? Yeah, so that's the reason in the trivia it says the spokes aren't there to represent a wheel rather than Boston's place as a hub of America. What? I just know. And here's another thing. I'm not hurting this logo because another logo exists, but I think it has to be talked about that the Bruin, the bear logo is sick. I'm showing you this because like this is what they could also do. Something like this. Like, this is cool. I like this. This looks good. The B doesn't do anything for me. The B doesn't do anything for me. It's just, it is what it is. It's iconic. It's historic. I get all of that, but graphically, it's just kind of meh. It doesn't, other than the fact that I know it's a hockey team, it doesn't, there's nothing hockey about it. Why bear? Because a Bruin is a bear, isn't it? Isn't a Bruin a bear? Am I a dummy?
Bruin.
Yeah, Bruin, a bear. All right, here we go. Up next, number 20 on the list. This is where it starts getting to the point where I like the logos. I mean, obviously, I'm not super high on them because it's like this weird middle area. But, yeah. Next up, another circular logo. The Buffalo Sabres. So here's something interesting about this logo. If I was ranking jerseys, this would be high because they did something this year or last year with the jerseys where they like intricately stitch this logo and it looks magnificent. But that being said, we're not ranking the fact that they stitched this logo very well, but I will say it swayed my opinion on this logo to realize that it can be great. The Buffalo Sabres at 20. I don't think it's fantastic. I don't think it's horrible. I think it's cool. I think it's pretty iconic. It's just a clean logo. The one thing I don't like is the lines by the Buffalo. I think that's to indicate that it's moving. I feel like those lines don't need to be there. But I mean, it's Buffalo. It's Buffalo and Sabres. The team name is the Buffalo Sabres. So it's like a phonetic logo. It's like a game of classic concentration. I think it's cool. I don't hate it, but it's okay. All right, up next, number 19. The Arizona Coyotes. Again, we're getting to the area where I'm liking these logos. I think it's flipped. I like this logo. I have things that I don't like about it. The fact that it looks like it is yawning and not howling is something that's always driven me insane. I can't picture it not yawning. I like the Coyote logo. It's, again, the page has been turned on, like, I'm starting to like these logos. I think you could say that around the Sabres, because I like the Sabres logo. I just don't love it. Obviously, this completely pales in comparison to the Kachina logo. Everybody knows that's one of my favorite logos. I have the jersey right here. This is their old logo, by the way. which is fantastic. I'm not going to knock the current logo because it's not as good as the old logo. I think as this logo stands on itself, it's nice. It's a good shape. It has an amazing silhouette, one of the best silhouettes. I like it a lot. I'm a big fan. I like that the triangles up top on the snout represent something in Arizona. I think that's cool. I think that's cool. I don't think it's bad. I think it's good. I think it's simple. I think it reads well from far away. It's got good colors. If you don't think about the old colors, it's got good colors. 19. I think that's pretty respectable. It's right kind of in the middle here. And yeah, there you go. Number 19. All right, up next. This one I like more than most people. I'm sure there's a logo out there that you're probably saying, I can't believe Jay hasn't ranked this in the bottom 19. That logo's coming right up. I think people don't like this one, but I actually like it. The Dallas Stars. Yeah, see, where the fuck is Dallas? Yeah, there they are. They're 18. 18's not fantastic. I personally like it. I like it. I don't know. There's just something about it. There's something about it that I like. I love the fact that they switched to this green. I like this like emeraldy green more. I don't know. It's nice. It looks like a spur that would be on a Cowboys boot. It's got a nice D. It's got a nice bevel. It's got a nice emboss. It has a great silhouette. It's just nice. I like it. And I know people don't like it as much as I like it. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like it. I like the Dallas Stars. And here's the thing. People are reacting like, no, ew, gross, no. Guys, it's number 18. It's in the bottom half, dude. In all the logos in the NHL, it's in the bottom half. And you guys are saying, ew, no. It's 18. I like it. I just calm down. All right, number 17. This is getting close to the halfway point here. Here we go. The Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, this is my minimalistic, simplistic love coming out for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think it's a good logo. I think it's kind of middle ground. I like the old logo. I like how this is so simple, but it's effective. I like that it feels like it's a 3D lightning bolt without being a 3D lightning bolt. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I think it's okay. This is the weird part of the list where it's like, I can't say too much because I don't hate it and I don't love it. You know what I mean? It's cool. I like the simplistic stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be 17. It looks here. Let me just say this. This logo does not look as good as it normally does because it is on this color background. If it's presented on a white background, I think it looks a lot better. If it's presented on, you know, a different color, like if it's like white on blue, it looks better, you know, etc. So this list is not doing that logo justice. I didn't have to worry about that because most logos in professional sports have a black outline or a white outline. That one doesn't. So yeah. All right. Number 16 coming up. I like this logo more than most people. This is the Anaheim Ducks. It pales in comparison, in my opinion, to the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, of course. Number 16 will be the Anaheim Ducks. It's a D. It is the bottom. It's a footprint from a duck, and it's a D. It's pretty cool. It's pretty clever. It's clean. It's slick. It looks good. It's a duck's foot, and it's a D. It's simple, effective, and also, this team has had great success with this logo. The season they debuted it, they won the Stanley Cup, which I thought was pretty crazy. But yeah, it's cool. It's no Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. It's simple. It's clean. I like the colors. I like the gold and orange. The retro Ducks jersey, which is the old Mighty Ducks of Anaheim thing that I'm talking about, which is this guy. He's wearing it. That logo is also up here. This logo is so much better, but we're not ranking them against the old logos. Again, this isn't top 10. This is 16. It's not top 10. I just like it. I think it's okay. I think it's middle of the road. There it is. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not ranking this because of how I like how they look on the jersey, because if I was, the Capitals would be way higher. All right, yeah, top half of logos. We're entering the top half of logos here. Or we kind of already did, sort of. But yeah, next up is the Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers. Now, I was ripping on Shield logos with the LA Kings. I ripped on Shield logos with the Rangers. This is how you do a Shield logo. If you're going to do a Shield logo, this is how you do it. I like it. It's nice. It's a stoic Panther. I love the colors. I love the navy. I love the gold. I love the red. If we want to talk about how logos look like on jerseys, this logo on a jersey is chef's kiss. It's kind of boring. That's why it's 15. I love the old Florida Panthers logo. Look at the old Panthers logo. So sick. That's crazy. He used to have a stick that he was breaking. I think that only was for like a year or two, but badass. But I still think this is a modern and minimalistic take on that logo. I like it. Panther looks nice and stoic and strong. It's slightly intimidating. I like the Florida font. I think it's graphically well done. Yeah, it's a good logo. Number 15 is the Florida Panthers. All right, next up is number 14, who this team is a division rival of the Devils. So my bias wasn't too strong against this team. And I think they have a really, really good logo. I think it's clean, simple, iconic, but mostly bold. I love a bold logo. And the Philadelphia Flyers has it. I think it's a great logo. It's rated at 14. I could have moved it up a couple more. It's nothing too fancy. It's a P. It's a P with a puck in it, and it has wings. Flyers. I don't know. I just like it. It's clean, it's big, it's bold, it's got thick lines. Just good. It's just good. There's nothing really else to say about it. You can't write a couple paragraphs on this logo. You kind of just... Yeah, I've heard the whole fried egg thing. I never saw it that way. And you know how sometimes when someone says something, you can't unsee it? I never saw it that way. And then when someone said it, I still don't see it that way. Only when I look for it, like when I think of... I just don't... It doesn't jump out at me. The flying P. Yeah, it's sick. Next up is potentially the most historic logo in hockey history. Is that bold to say? I mean, it's either this one or the Bruins, probably. Detroit Red Wings. Number 13. I am a big fan of it. It's probably lower on my list than it is on your guys' list. I think it should have been maybe higher, but it reminds me. Why does it remind me of shoes? Isn't there a shoe with like the wings on it or something? Are they Red Wing shoes? Because Red Wing shoes. Okay, Red Wing shoes. PF Flyers. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I always do think of shoes when I see this logo, which is weird, but it's busy. It's got a lot going on. I understand there's a wheel because Detroit is the Motor City. I get it. It's cool. I like it. It's a little too wide. It doesn't really feel like it fits in a box very well, and that is a big thing for me. I like it. It's number 13. I know people think it should be a top 10 logo, and I don't necessarily disagree, but I'm keeping it at 13. I think pretty much most people would put it before the one that I have next. But that's going to be number 13, the Detroit Red Wings. we're into the spot where it's like, these are logos I just like. So, yes, they might not be rated as highly as you guys think, but they're just logos I like now. Like, I'm not really critical of any of these logos. If this was a uniform list, the Red Wings would be very high. I think it looks great on the uniforms, and I love their simple red and white uniform. All right, the next up is, a little love for Canada here. A little love for Canada. The Edmonton Oilers. Number 12. I like this logo. Bold, thick lines. You could see it from a mile away. It's just cool. I just like this logo. I like the oil drip. I like that the letters look drippy. It's a circle. It's cool. It's a cool logo. I don't know. It's just really nothing else to say about it, but it looks really good on a jersey. It's bold, and yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. All right, next up is a logo that should be top 10, and I didn't put it top 10, okay? I've thought about this. I completed this list a couple of days ago when I announced that I was doing this, and I've been thinking about it ever since. And I realized I should have ranked this higher, and it should be top 10, and it shouldn't be like top 5, I don't think. I think it's close, but I think it's a little low. But it's going to be the Vegas Golden Knights. It's a good logo, man. It should be probably 9 or 10. It's not far off, but I really do like this logo. The V in the helmet is super clean. I love that they hid the V in the mask for Vegas. I think it looks good. This is another one that on the actual uniform, they did some very nice stitch work with the embroidery, very similar to like the Sabres, which makes this logo even more beautiful. It's bold. It's you shrink that bad boy down, you could see it perfectly. Good use of black space around the thing. It's just nice. It's nice. I still think they should have been named the Las Vegas Neon Knights. And I'll take that to my grave. They should have been the Neon Knights. When I think Vegas, I think neon. And there's no neon teams in the NHL. You could have had so many cool colors. But anyway, top 10, boys. Now, these are obviously all logos I like a lot. The next logo that's coming up is a logo that made its way up over the past 6 months of staring at this list. This is a logo that made its way up from probably 15 or 16, and for some reason slipped into my top 10. The more I was doing these rankings, the more I kept moving this logo up. I guess I like it, but it is the St. Louis Blues. Man, just look at it. It's so clean. It's so good. It's so simple. It's so nice. It was like 15 or 16 when I started this, and then bam, it's just nice. It feels like it's in motion. We got the wings, so it feels fast. Hockey is the fastest sport. It just feels like it's nice. Yeah, I don't know. The colors are great. Just nice. I just like it. Again, it was like 15 or 16. I kept moving it up because I kept looking at it, and I was like, it doesn't deserve to be 15 or 16 because I think it is special. I think it's memorable. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there are some logos that are very old that I still like to this day. So there was logos like the Canadiens, number 25, the Canadiens. People were like, hey, it was made in 1917. You know, there's some old logo, like the Islanders is a very old logo. The Bruins, obviously. But there are cases where it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the Blues is one of them. It still holds up today, and it still looks really good. So number 10 is the St. Louis Blues. All right, number 9. This logo, I am 1,000 billion trillion % sure that I have higher than most people. I think people are shocked they haven't seen this logo yet. It's a Canadian team. Calgary Flames. Devils. Guys, I took my bias out of the Devils, but they're coming up, okay? Calm down. Calgary Flames, just absolutely beautiful. It's clean. It's just perfect. I love it. I love it so much. It's just so good. Again, that little slight angle feels like it's in motion. It feels fast, which lends itself to hockey. That's the thing. Whenever I'm like, the Winnipeg Jets logo feels like nothing like hockey. I don't mean like put a helmet on the jet. I don't mean put like a hockey stick coming out the Jets engine. Like even like just this feels hockey to me. It feels like fast. Big fan of the Flames. Love the simplicity of it. Love how it looks on a jersey. I do think the trivia of this one is very, very interesting. This team was in Atlanta, and it was named the Atlanta Flames during the Civil War because like most of the whole entire state was set on fire. And then they moved to Calgary and they just kept it. They just kept the Flames. They're like, fuck it. Calgary has nothing to do with Flames, but fuck it. Let's just keep it. Yeah, I love the Atlanta Flames logo too. But yeah, there it is. Calgary Flames number 9. Put it in the books. The top 10 shaping up here. All right, number 8. I saw somebody before talking trash on this logo, which, okay, let me just preface this by saying this. If it has a mascot or like an animal, I always lean to liking it. So let's just say that. So this shark mascot, I like a lot. I think it looks really good. It's a badass logo. It has a good silhouette. I like the triangle reference. I like that it references the red triangle, which has a bunch of sharks in it, which is near the Pacific Ocean in the Bay Area. I think that's a cool reference with the triangle in the back. The shark jumping out, biting the stick looks cool. I love the shadowing on the shark. It makes it look very fierce. We have a little light hitting the top of the shark. It's got its gills highlighted. They accent that like orangey color in the eye, which is also the stick. It's just good, man. It's just good. I will say I fell out of love more and more with this logo the older I got. And that feels like I'm taking shots at this logo for some reason. But as I got older, I liked it less and less. If you asked me at like 15 years old, what's my favorite logo, I would have said the Sharks. Where is the S and the J? People are saying there's a hidden SJ in here. I didn't know there was a hidden SJ. Black S, white J. Oh, okay. That's abstract though. I see it. I see like on the fin shading, and then, but that's a stretch. It's good either way. It's got a good silhouette as well. I know I said that. Number 7 is another mascot logo. It's another logo that incorporates a triangle. It's another sea creature. Pittsburgh Penguins, baby. Number 7. Why are you angry at me? I don't understand why you're angry. It's number 7. Why? What are you talking about? What is wrong? Like, 7's great. I love this logo. I don't understand. How are you angry? Whether you're biased or not, I always felt like I like the Penguins logo more than most people. I mean, I'm a sucker for like have a mascot, add a hockey stick. And I know it's a hockey trope or a graphic design trope, but I like this one. This one's great. Do I like this one a little bit more because it reminds me of my favorite logo in hockey history? But yeah, I like the colors of this logo. I like how the penguin looks. He's cartoony. but he's like kind of fierce, but he looks like he's having a good time. The gloves are over detailed. I will say that. They have kept that because that's how it's been throughout history. They haven't really changed the Penguin much. I love triangles. Triangle's my favorite shape. It's got a good silhouette. This is a little bit of a spoiler if we ever do retro logos, but one of my favorite logos of all time and my favorite hockey logo ever is the Robo Penguin. They call this the Robo Penguin. I'm a huge fan of it. There's the Robo Penguin. I am obsessed with this logo. I love this logo, and this is a little bit of spoilers when it comes to the retro. If you guys like that, just wait till you see it on a jersey. Do you want to see some straight fire coming at your screen? Are you ready for this fire? Jaromir Jagr in the Robo Penguin? Bro, the gradient yellow with the stripes continuing. We got the triangles on the right arm. We got the stripes on the left. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Dude, the fact that like the stripes continue off the edge of the jersey is so sick. Does all that love for a logo and a branding bleed into the fact that the Penguins still rock the triangle shape with the penguin? Probably a little bit, which is why it's in my top 10. Sitting at number 7 is the Pittsburgh Penguins. All right, number 6. Number 6 is a team that does not exist yet. It is the Seattle Kraken. Number 6. I like this logo a lot. The Rain City Bitch Pigeons. I like this logo a lot. It's potentially, if you ask me in 2 or 3 years to redo this list, could it make its way up to top 3? Yes. This could 100% make its way up to top 3. Right now, it's at 6. I like it a lot. I watched the reveal of it. I was very excited to see the Seattle Kraken branding. I think they nailed it. They went with the S. They have the Kraken tentacle throughout. They have the red eye that's peeking in the S there. It's simple, effective. It's clean. It's intimidating. You got that good color of blue that kind of has like that maritime feeling of water. The like tentacles on the little suction cups on the tentacles and the silhouette is just so good. Yeah, the font of the S feels very maritime as well. It's great. It's freaking great. It's freaking great. It does. The only thing, I think it's a little tall, but I think it's great. Again, you ask me in a couple years, it could be top 3. But right now, it finds itself at number 6. The next one is a logo that I am going to get railed for being biased. But I don't know how else to tell you guys. This placement is not a biased take. It's not. I didn't put the Devils top 5 because they're my favorite team. There's nothing else I could say to you guys, but you have to believe me. It's not biased. It's a sick logo. It has an N in it. It has a J in it. It has a devil tail in it. It has horns in it. It's a circle, but it also has a silhouette. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It has an N and a J with the what else do you want? It's got bold lines. It's thick. It has good colors. It's red, white, and black. What's there to not like? I don't understand what there is to not like. There's an N and a J in it. He's got devil horns and a devil tail. That's all you need. Too busy? What are you talking about? It's simple. You can zoom out and it's perfectly clear. I can prove it right now. Look at it. Look at it. It stands up perfectly fine small. It fits in a box. It's bold. It looks good on a jersey. What are you talking about? It's not a biased take. They are my favorite team, and I have been wearing this crest on my chest since I was like 6 years old.
People out to know whether or not their streamer is a homer. Well, I am not a homer, Jay.
My box criteria is not stupid. It's something that's important to me. It's important to me for a logo to fit well in a box. Is it stupid for other people? Maybe, but for me, it's not. It's nice and smart. Guys, the Devils aren't even number 1. Do I think in my heart of hearts that the Devils have the best logo? Yeah, but I can't do it because you guys will yell at me. You're yelling at me already, and it's freaking top 5. It's not even 1. It's not even 4. It's not even 3. It's not even 2. It's 5. That's fair. It's a great logo. Look it up on the internet. Look it up what other people think. People like this logo. It's not me. It's not me. It's you. It's other people, too. Kraken are legit better than the Devils. Look at them next to each other when they're this size. Then look at them and then tell me that again. No, honestly, they're interchangeable. I just got a massage today, and I already need another one. God damn it. Top 5, top 6, interchangeable. You know, I mean, I love them all. I love them all. It's like asking me to pick my favorite kid. I can't do it because I don't have kids. All right, next up. One of my favorite logos of all time is up next. Why do you say it's one of your favorite logos of all time if they're number 4? And what does that have to do with anything? Well, they brought it back. They left it. They abandoned this logo for years, and they brought it back. And it's a fantastic logo. And you want to talk about silhouette. Jet flying. Son of a gun. Thank you for the donation.
Jay, I got your back.
Thank you.
I'm a graphic designer too, and when I design logos, they have to fit in a box. Then it's easy to move it to merch. Haters got to hate.
Mr. Capital E, thank you for the $10. All right, up next is the Ottawa Senators. Again, like I said, they had this logo. They took it away for a while and replaced it with a god-awful logo. Like a very bad logo. And then they smartened up and they came back to this amazing logo. You want to talk about silhouettes. One of the best silhouetted logos in the sport. So nice. So good. And that gold on screen doesn't do it justice. We all know this. We all know this. When we look at gold on screen in RGB CMYK format, it doesn't do it justice. IRL, the gold pops more. Beautiful logo. Well, it's just, it's not, to be honest, okay, so this is the logo that replaced it. This is the logo that replaced it. It's honestly not that bad. It's not that bad, but it's kind of trash. I don't know. It's not that bad. I don't know. It's not terrible. It's just way worse. It just made me mad because it's not like they were like, okay, guys, this is our logo. Let's change it. Okay, let's make it this. Very good. They were like this. Okay, guys, this is our logo. Let's change it. Okay, we fucked up. Let's go back. You know what I mean? All right, so that's number 4. Coming up in number 3. Now, this one's a little dicey. This one's a little dicey. I had a hard time ranking this one. It's kind of dicey. I didn't want to offend anybody by thinking that this was graphically a good logo. But it's definitely faced some controversy. I looked, they're not changing it. They're not changing it, so it's staying this way, at least for the time being. But I love it graphically. I love the colors. I love everything about it. This is up there with like the Bruins, the Red Wings, and that, like, it just screams hockey. It just screams hockey to me. It's classic. What does it make me think of? Clark Griswold, one of the best Christmas
Top
movies.
3 gang.
One of the best Christmas movies of all time. It makes me think of Clark Griswold. It makes me think of Wayne's World. It's just a great logo. It's great. It is really good. I love it as well. Canceled. Yes, I know I'm getting canceled for putting this up there. To be honest, I don't want to dive into this. I don't want to dive into this. I like it graphically, but I will say that the owner said he's not changing it because it's in reference to one person and not a group of people. So he's not changing it. So I don't know. I have to rank it graphically of how I like it, and the colors of the feathers have always struck me in a good way. And I think it's a great logo. But yeah, number 3. Here we go. Number 1. Matt has fun, said Wild is better, but I think Jay likes the Avs more. That's true. That is true. The best color scheme in all of sports. Period. And that's it. And period. And it's the best color scheme in all of sports. And that's that. This logo is perfect. This logo is perfect. The mountain is an A. The avalanche is a C. And at the end of the avalanche is a puck, which also rounds out the letter A. The circle adds balance behind it. It is perfect. It is perfect. I love it. It fits well in a box. It's just perfect. The avalanche coming down the mountain makes a C. The mountain is an A. The C crosses the A. The puck being at the end, it wraps it all up. It's sleek. It's bold at the same time. The colors are the best colors in sports. And the circle behind it adds some nice balance, which I think is needed. It's perfect. I can't ask for any more. So there it is. There it is. Number 1 is the Colorado Avalanche. There it is. And number 2 is the Minnesota Wild. I spelled Minnesota very wrong. That's not how you spell Minnesota. What happened there? Anyway, no, Minnesota Wild, number 2. Number 2. It's a fantastic logo. A lot of you guys were shouting from the rooftops for it to be number 1. I do really like it, and I like the Avalanche logo just slightly better because the Avalanche logo feels like it has a subject. Like the A mountain in the Avalanche logo feels like the subject, and then there's elements around it. Where this logo is more like it's like a piece of art, and it's like the whole logo is the subject. And I always like things that have more of a focal point with elements around it. But this is the Minnesota Wild logo. It's a very popular logo. It's a bear face that has been created by scenery. The North Star is the bear's eye. We got the ear that is shaped out by the moon. We got the tree line, and the mouth is the river. It's very cool. The colors are great. I love red and green together. There's a bear in that thing. The whole thing is a bear. The whole thing is a bear. The river is the mouth of the bear. The North Star is the eye of the bear. It's a silhouette of a bear, yeah. I know this is all subjective and stuff, but like as far as like logos go, this is like pretty much well loved across the board as far as like in the graphic design world. It's pretty much well loved just in period. It's great. There it is though, boys. There it is. Can I take a screenshot and post it to Twitter? How do I take a screenshot? Can you take a screenshot in OBS? I want to be like this.